Somebody comes in and starts screaming questions and won't sit down. Brett?
John Roberts, live on the North Lawn. John, thanks. This is a Fox News alert. The lawyer for the adult film actress who says she had a sexual relationship with then businessman Donald Trump has been arrested on a domestic violence charge. That is according to the Associated Press. In just the past few minutes, Michael Avenatti was arrested today after his estranged wife filed a felony domestic violence report. The TMZ is reporting that her face was swollen and bruised. The AP citing a law enforcement official with the LAPD saying that Avenatti is in police custody at this hour following domestic violence allegation. We'll continue to follow that story. The Justice Department says President Trump did not break the law when he bypassed the Deputy Attorney General and appointed someone else to the top job following the firing of Jeff Sessions, despite several other legal experts disagreeing when it comes to the appointment. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Harrods looks at the evidence tonight and how it's being received.
The 20-page Justice Department legal opinion backs President Trump's appointment of Acting Attorney General Matt Whitaker. Relying on the Federal Vacancies Reform Act and past precedent, the Office of Legal Counsel found Senate confirmation is not required if the appointment is temporary. The constitutionality of Mr. Whitaker's designation is supported by Supreme Court precedent, by acts of Congress, and by countless examples of executive practice. Under the Justice Department's succession statute, the Acting Attorney General's job falls to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who until recently oversaw the special counsel Robert Mueller probe. The Office of Legal Counsel found the President may use the Vacancies Reform Act as an alternative, which was recognized and used by Presidents Bush and Obama. On Capitol Hill, attention turned to the impact on special counsel Mueller.
We want to make sure that the Acting Attorney General does not interfere with the Mueller investigation, and we believe our Republican colleagues will join us.
We know how the president feels about the Mueller investigation, but he's never said he wants to shut it down. I've never heard anybody down there say they want to shut it down.
Before the midterms, Rosenstein was under scrutiny over allegations he discussed secretly recording the president in May 2017 and removing him from office. A Republican House chairman says they still want Rosenstein under oath for a transcribed interview before the Democrats take over.
We're working very hard right now as we speak to get that done.
So you're working with the Justice Department?
We're working with a number of people.
On protecting the Mueller investigation, outgoing Republican Senator Jeff Flake says he will oppose the president's judicial nominees until legislation is brought to the full Senate for a vote. The senator's threat complicates Republican efforts to move the president's nominees forward by the end of the year, Brett.
Kevin, thank you. The U.S. Postal Service lost almost $4 billion in the fiscal year ending in September. The red ink comes despite a rise in package deliveries and ahead of a review ordered by the president, who contends the service is losing a fortune because it is not charging higher shipping prices to online retailers such as Amazon. It's the agency's 12th straight year of financial loss. Stocks were down today. The Dow lost 206. The S&P 500 fell 21. The Nasdaq dropped 64.5. This is another Fox News alert. The desperate search for survivors of the deadliest fire in California history goes on tonight at this hour. 6 more deaths have pushed the fatality count to near 50. Scores more are still missing. We'll get the latest from correspondent Claudia Cowan from Paradise, California, again tonight. Claudia.
Good evening to you, Brett. The big question here, of course, how many more victims will be found as promises of help come in from the highest levels of government?
This is just truly devastating and heartbreaking. It's one of the worst disasters that I've seen in my career. It's hard to describe words until you visit with the victims and see these smaller, great communities become really a charred image of what they once were.
As federal and state officials survey the destruction, Paradise residents are coming to terms with their new reality.
It's very disheartening to know you're homeless.
Went from owning a house to living in a tent.
These aerial pictures show just a handful of the nearly 8,000 homes destroyed in the Camp Fire. And while it is 35% contained, thousands of other homes remain under threat.
So many people had just harrowing experiences as they evacuated, and most people are just grateful. There's a lot of questions about the road ahead. You know, it's pretty uncertain right now about how to proceed for most people.
This Walmart parking lot has turned into a tent city.
We're from Paradise, and we just got a picture of our house that isn't there. Ours burned down. The only thing that didn't, I think, was the fence.
The death toll now stands at 48. One official told Fox News he's certain that number will rise as 100 people remain missing. While investigators are still looking into a cause, angry homeowners say the state's dominant utility is to blame. They filed a lawsuit claiming a Pacific Gas and Electric transmission line failed, sparking the fire. PG&E told state regulators it experienced a transmission line problem just before the blaze erupted. Across California, more than 9,000 firefighters are battling flames in 3 major wildfires that have already burned 237,000 acres. Flare-ups like this one overnight in San Bernardino County quickly contained, but offers ample evidence of the dangers that remain.
We're going to have more difficulties. Things are not going to get better. They're going to get more challenging.
Secretary Zinke says that he hopes this fire will lead to changes in forest management policy. He says this kind of loss and devastation is just unacceptable. Brett?
Claudia Callan, Paradise again. Claudia, thanks. Up next, is the latest ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinians a surrender to terrorism? One very important Israeli politician says it is, so he's quitting. First, here's what some of our Fox affiliates around the country are covering tonight. Class 13 in Memphis, where 2 are dead and dozens injured in a tour bus accident. It happened this afternoon on an icy highway ramp in northern Mississippi. A wintry mix of precipitation was falling in that area. There were more than 40 people on board. Fox 9 in the Twin Cities as the St. Paul City Council votes on raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. If it passes, Mayor Melvin Carter is expected to sign it. Many restaurant owners, however, are unhappy the current plan would require an increase in base pay, even for employees who make tips. And this is a live look at Dallas from our affiliate Fox 4. One of the big stories there tonight, the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, questioning representatives from engine maker CFM International and Boeing about a fatal accident on a Southwest Airlines jet earlier this year. An engine fan blade broke and debris hit the plane, killing a woman who was blown partly out of a broken window. Pilots landed but crippled plane safely in Philadelphia. That's tonight's live look outside the Beltway from a special report. We'll be right back.
A 36-week season is down to the final race to determine the 2018 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series champion. 4 drivers competing in a no-holds-barred battle for NASCAR's ultimate prize. And driver to crew chatter puts you in the car and atop the pit box for every lap. It's the Ford EcoBoost 400 live from Homestead Miami Speedway. Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio.
Channel 90.
Have you ever been shocked out of a deep sleep by the pain of a leg cramp? It feels like the muscle's locked up and nothing stops the pain. You may have tried other products before, but this time, use Hyland's Leg Cramps PM. Hyland's Leg Cramps PM, an over-the-counter homeopathic medicine, is the #1 pharmacist-recommended brand for leg cramp relief.